Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a book that's, well, it's a total phenomenon. It's the fifth book in a series that has absolutely shattered records, and honestly, the fans are going wild. And it all kicks off with one massive number.
Let that sink in. 350 million pounds. That's the size of the crypto fortune at the very heart of this story. It's an insane amount of money that triggers this wild, chaotic chain of events, full of murder, a little bit of mayhem, and of course, a gang of detectives you would never, ever expect.
But here's the thing. This book is way bigger than just the story inside. It's become a genuine cultural event. So before we even get into the twists and turns of the plot, let's take a look at the numbers because they really help explain why this release is such a huge deal.
Okay, let's just break this down. We're talking about book number 5 in the Thursday Murder Club series. It's already sitting at a fantastic 4.25 on Goodreads. And it's not just a book, it's part of a record-breaking, best-selling franchise. There's even a huge movie adaptation coming. So yeah, the hype is absolutely real, and it is built on years of fans just falling in love with this series.
Okay, so the hype is massive, but what's the book actually about? Let's peel back the layers and get into this incredible mix of modern crime, classic whodunit mystery, and just a whole lot of charm.
You know, the review we're drawing from just nails it. The plot is described as having more twists than a bogan's backyard hose, which, for anyone wondering, is some great Aussie slang for something that is just chaotically, wonderfully tangled. So yeah, you can bet it's going to be unpredictable, and honestly, pretty hilarious.
So here's the rundown, in a nutshell. It all kicks off at a wedding. The best man vanishes, right after a body turns up. This whole mess leads our elderly detectives to an unbelievable discovery, that 350 million pound Bitcoin fortune. Before you know it, they're tangling with actual gangsters, digging up old secrets, and it all barrels towards this classic, grand showdown where everything comes together.
Right, so that's the wild setup. But here's the $1 million, or, the 350 million pound question. Does the book actually deliver on all that hype? Let's get into what the reviewer really thought.
And wow, the scores really speak for themselves. A perfect 5 out of 5 for both plot and pacing. What does that mean? It means it's a tight, twisty ride that you literally will not want to put down. The characters score a super high 4.5, and the writing gets a solid 4, which all adds up to a really strong 4-star rating overall. But let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Now, what's really interesting here is the balance of praise and, well, the one big gripe. The review absolutely loves that this book has a tighter focus and way more action, which makes every single twist feel totally earned. But on the flip side, the main complaint is that the cast of characters can get a little overwhelming. The reviewer literally joked they needed a spreadsheet to keep track of everyone.
But scores are just numbers. What really makes this series pop is the writing and these characters. They're just unforgettable. Let's look at a couple of killer quotes to really see why.
Take a look at this first quote. It gets right to the heart of the book's modern twist. We're not talking about dusty old family grudges here. We're talking about high-tech stakes and digital secrets that are impossible to crack.
And this is so smart, right? It just goes to show you that modern crime isn't just about guns and getaway cars anymore. It's about passwords and firewalls. It feels so current.
But okay, for all the talk about crypto and codes, the review points to something much, much deeper. This next quote, I think, really gets to the core of why millions of people connect so deeply with these books. It's the heart.
And this is the secret sauce, really. The key charm here isn't just about solving a crime. It's about life, it's about getting older, finding your people, and just finding a bit of joy in all the madness. That's the emotional anchor that makes the whole thing work.
And who delivers all that heart? This crew. The oddball edge. You've got Elizabeth, the ex-spy, the absolute mastermind of the group. Then there's Joyce, who is the hilarious and emotional anchor. Her diary entries are a huge fan favorite. And you can't forget Ron and Ibrahim, the loyal plotters who are always defying stereotypes. They're the engine that drives this entire wonderful series. Okay, so we've been through the hype, the plot, the good, the complicated. That brings us to the big question, the final verdict. Should you actually pick this book up and read it?
All right, let's make this simple. Here's the bottom line. If you are a fan of cozy crime, that sharp, dry British wit, and stories that are really driven by their characters, especially elderly sleuths, then yes, absolutely, this is for you. But if you're the kind of person who hates any humor in your mysteries, you want something really dark and gritty like a Scandi noir, or you just get frustrated trying to juggle a ton of plot lines, you might want to give this one a miss.
And that really leaves us with this one last kind of juicy question to think about. This book, and really the whole series, plays with this brilliant idea that a quiet, sleepy retirement community is hiding these world-class investigators, and it makes you wonder, are these cozy, seemingly peaceful places the absolute perfect cover for the most audacious, high-stakes crimes? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.